Perashat Shoftim is loaded with misvot. We start off with the commandment to appoint judges and officers in every city in Eretz Yisrael. Not like today with the movement to defund the police. God commands us for society to run. You must have judges and you must have officers to enforce the law. The Torah also commands us not to plant a tree near the Mizbeach or in the Beit HaMikdash, because that's what idol worshippers would do. They would plant a tree by their church in order to attract customers. So we're not allowed to emulate them. The Torah also commands us not to make an altar out of one solid rock, because although in the times of the Avot, God loved that. The Avot built a Masibah. But after the time of the Avot, the Canaanim made that as a chok in their idol worship, to make an altar out of one solid stone. So God commands us not to make such a thing. The Torah also commands not to sacrifice an animal that's blemished. And the Torah tells us about the penalty for someone who worships idols on purpose when two witnesses warned him not to, and he's executed by sekilah. The Aliyah also teaches us that we could only execute a person in Beit Din if two witnesses at least, or three, testify against him. And if they do sentence the man to death, the witnesses who testified on him, they're the first ones to kill him. So if he has to be thrown off a building, they're the ones who throw him off. And if he survives the fall, they're the ones who throw the rock. And if he still survives, then everyone else could throw a stone and get involved in the execution. But Yad Ha'edim Tihiye Bo Barishona. The Torah also commands us that if Batei Dinim ever get into an argument, then they have to bring it to the Beit Din Hagadol. And the Beit Din Hagadol has to reside in the place where God will choose to build his house, where the Beit HaMikdash will be. And that's where the Beit Din Hagadol sits, and they are the final word. And the Torah commands us to follow their ruling. If a rabbi teaches and gives rulings against the ruling of the Beit Din Hagadol, the Torah commands us that he must be executed by chenek.